Okay, interesting day. Uh, well, since I got it on the screen, let me talk about it abruptly. We picked up options of this yesterday when it fell down to about 132, which was its daily low. Um, and it's doing this pop up dead cat bounce thing. I'm pretty sure it's gonna pop out the gate. I think the market is a little bit too. Maybe you also picked up some UVXY calls. That's it. That's all I'm holding is UVXY calls and Roku. I held them overnight because I wasn't satisfied. I know that Roku's going to be at 155 by Wednesday, if not Friday. So I want to hold a little longer. What I am going to do is roll over. I didn't buy far out enough. I'm going to lose a lot of my profits today because I that was a weekly I bought on the Rokus, so I gotta get a monthly. Anyway, Roku aside, this will definitely be something we're playing today. I expect a huge pop out the gate on this. News wise, uh, also today I will be trading on the sim as my portfolio and personal TD Ameritrade account is kind of set up for investing right now, rather than just trading. I'll flip it back and forth. Like if I'm gonna make a trade on my thing, I'll flip it back and forth. But just to give me more freedom, I will trade this account as if it's my real money. So I will not be making any like irrational trades or anything that I wouldn't make with my own money. And a matter of fact, as a matter of fact, I don't have much time to really do a thorough pre-market scan. We will do one, but I have some stuff here from Tony. Um, Tony Hedges, Cure. Let me keep it out of that one. CURE. Why is everything on a year? I don't have time for this. Uh, one day, stupid. 65. We just seen the 52-week high is 85, so it didn't break the 52-week high. He's looking for a pullback to 63 or 60-60. Yeah, that's a good pullback play. I like pullback plays because if they take long enough, you want to wait about 10 minutes, 15 minutes. You can get options on it and leverage your money. Uh, 61. Anything in there. Okay, so basically anything between, you can put bids all along here. So we're gonna keep a tight eye on that one. He's also watching. He thinks that Cure is gonna hit the 52-week high either today or tomorrow, and we just saw that's $20 away. So this is potentially a massive play here. 20 points on a $60 option, a $60 underlying option. You can make a fortune. You can make 1,000 times your money. Okay. TBT. And then another pick here. AXSM is the name commonly comes up. Uh, Bounce play. So wait for the pullback, pull the trigger. The range on this is AXSM. The range on this is not currently punched in. Why? Price change. How much time we got? 35 seconds. All right, so not a lot of time. Price channels. Price channels. Price channels. 200. All right, let's see. Let's see. Let's see. All right, it's at the top of its channel, so I don't know. Yeah, over elevated for sure. Not sure about this AXS one, but Cure, it looks promising. We're watching Roku today. Here's the pop already. You can see it's starting to happen. If you want to buy stock on that, that might not be a bad idea. But here we go. Market's open, and we're watching the market in particular. UVXY, all that stuff. Already pre-owned. Pre-owned. UVXY, pre-owned. Um, Yeah, beautiful, 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 beautiful. Nice move on UVXY overnight. Very nice move. I bought the 10 days out too. So the theta was like $2. Uh all right. Let's see. Roku here, not doing anything. Okay, this is dumping. AXSM is dumping. Um 43. I'm not satisfied with 43. I want 41 on this. Ignore that. I had to sell the loose stuff. Ooh, maybe 43 was it. Yeah, this is gonna take off. They're both about to take off. It's just a matter of which one do you want to get into. Um, Roku's dumping. Okay. Charts. Yeah. QR. QURE. Yeah, I'm mad I missed the pullback on there. I kind of don't want to chase, but I think I'm going to chase QRE, this one. I'm thinking of buying in now. Let's just go ahead and buy now. I'm buying 300 shares over there, and I'm buying over here as well on my personal account. QURE. Actually, I stand back on my call. Hold on QURE. I'm interested in Roku right now. Um, Bought the Cure. So if you did, it's still a good pick, but it might be a slow mover. Um, Out the gate, if it's only showing, it doesn't matter if it's a slow mover. If it's gonna go to 85, I'm still gonna buy it. But we still have plenty of options. There's no reason to jump into anything. UVXY is still rallying. This is great. This is all good. Market's gonna go down for days straight. I'm actually gonna sell my protection. I had some protection. Um, I had sold some puts. Well, I'll wait to do that. I mean, sold some calls on SBY. I mean, on UXVY. I sold some puts. Did a strangle, basically. I mean, a straddle. Sorry, I can't speak this morning. UVXY looks good. Market's dumping. Roku looks good. Roku's like a defensive name, I tell you. Boy, do I tell you. Roku's like a defensive name. It's like a defensive name. All right. Let's see. We're at that 140 level. I see this taking off, this Roku. Um, just gonna go ahead and go for it. Come on, gotta be faster. Not fast enough. Come on, baby. Come on. Got it. Must have pulled back. All right. Mm, yeah. I have a very good feeling. Okay, so here's a pop on SBY. I'm going to take this as my opportunity to sell the puts that I'm holding. Not puts. I keep saying puts. My sold calls, which is the same thing as a put, but not really because you got to factor in premium. Sometimes the premiums are higher on the puts, calls, depending on the stock, and yada yada. Okay, very good. Very good, very good. Let me go over to that account. Yeah. That was nothing. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead on this pop and sell these, or buy back rather. Um, yeah. What happened? What happened? I don't understand. What's going on here? Okay. Sometimes they don't let you do it unless you sell both. And oh my God, that's a pain in the ass. This one could get exercised, so I really want to get rid of it. As a matter of fact, I think that's what happened. Did that get exercised? No, it didn't get exercised yet, but it's in the money, my sold call, which gives the person that purchases it every right to exercise it. Um, okay, so we're popping up, we're popping up. Let's dip out of the money for a minute. That would make me feel a little better. Okay, Trump's talking. That's good for the market to go down, usually. No, he's spreading optimism. Yeah, AXSM is looking good. Roku, amazing. SPY, I need you to dump, my friend. Maybe it's not, maybe I won't sell it. I'll hold on to that, to the sold calls. Um, and Roku, how we looking? Roku looking good, man. Roku looking good. You know what? I screwed up though. I was supposed to buy a little further out, but it's okay because I'm up to 44 already on the day, and that's from being down 300 from the theta. But I'm gonna continue to hold this. This has range, Roku anyway. It should go to 143. So yeah, it should go to 143, and then I'll sell one of the two options here. And let me bring this over. I'm so sorry. I realize I talk and then you can't see. Um, but I'm gonna sell one of these two very shortly, as soon as Roku hits 143. Why do I think it's gonna hit 143? I just do. Uh, which one am I gonna sell? I saw the one from yesterday, so it clears up that. No, the one from yesterday is this one. Come on, Roku. Don't give up on me. I won't give up on you. It's very early in the day. Oh, plus the one from yesterday. Let me make sure I'm selling the one from yesterday. That money clears sweet, like immediately. So let me go ahead and make sure I do the one from yesterday. Okay, SPY is going back down. I should have got rid of that. All right, we got to pop out the gate. Got some money in the hand. Roku, I don't like that candle there. Come on. Come on. Pop through. There we go. There we go. Can you see, is there like a logo here blocking this? I hope not. Oh, waited just a minute. Too long. Could be a healthy pullback. Let's see. Come on, 141. This is they eat it at this price. They eat it. They love it at this price. Come on, come on, come on, come on. They love it at this price. They love it at this price. All right. All right. I sold this. All right. It went through. Good. Right before the drop. Uh, Beautiful play. Beautiful play. I'm gonna turn this into, if Roku does what I think it's gonna do, today should be a fantastic day. Good, good, good opportunity to take options. Wait for the pullback. Let's make sure it's not anything crazy, like a reversal. Pullback, pullback. Okay, where is it? It sits at the 140 line. A break below the 140 line would make me a little nervous. Okay. All right. Beautiful opportunity right now. Roku still above 140. Ooh. Ooh. I don't like it at that line. I do not like it at that line. I need to see a bounce now. No. No, 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 no. I might even sell out here. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. You know what? There you go. Back to 140. Okay. I like it. I like it. I like it. Let's go ahead. Only need the dailies right now. I'm gonna buy a bunch of those at the money. Actually, you don't need more than two. I'll show you how you can make $1,000 with just two of these things on margin, of course, and less than $1,000 in equity. Notice that I'm using less than $1,000 in equity. All right, there's my pullback. I buy. See, Trading Station would have got that filled. Oh, Trading Station doesn't do options, but their stock execution is like, whoosh. Or does Trading Station do options? I don't even know. Trade Station, not Trading Station. Yeah. All right. So I didn't send out any alerts today, unfortunately, because this one was a gold mine, and this one's going to be a slow mover, but it's going to get to at least 70, 71. All right, there's the pop on Roku that I've been waiting for. Let's see. Is it a consistent pop? Maybe I should have added in my cash account. Damn it. Let me not get greedy. You know, yeah, I don't want to get greedy because if it goes the other way, but it doesn't look like it's going the other way. This looks like your typical Roku rally. We're hitting resistance at 141.24. Let's see if there's any significance to that number or if that's just where the FOMO fell out. Uh, Let me not do it on here. Go to Flex Grid. All right, let's see if there's any significance to that number. Need hand, buy the dip on Roku. Absolutely, absolutely. I'm just looking at the news. That's exactly what I said yesterday. I said, listen, Roku has a neutral range of about 100. Okay, that's its neutral range. It's like a support, but it could also go down to 80. Don't let it. Roku yesterday was not one of those. People remember this dip, and yesterday was not that. Okay, you just knew it was not that. Roku has been so praiseworthy by analysts, by the news, by everybody that there's no way that it was going down. So I was hungry to buy that dip. I was like, yes, this is what I want. Price target raised to 200 a share from 150 today. Let's go. This is going to 155 today. Don't forget, this stock went down 15% at closing yesterday. So up 3% ain't jack. This thing is going to continue to move. I'm going to go ahead and add a little to this position here. And when I say add a little, maybe I should buy an overnight way out. One I could hold for like, yeah, that's what I'll do. 22 delta, not much to gain, not much to. Oh, let me bring it over. What I'm going to do is I'm going to buy one 10 days out because it gives me more rollover time. I think that this will hit 155, 165 by the end of the week. So I'm going to go like 10 days out and buy like a cheap one. It's a cheap investment. $30 yeah, $30 delta. I like it. That's the one I'm probably gonna buy. Let me just see if I can get a pullback of some sorts, or how close are we to the hitting new highs? Missed opportunity. Missed opportunity. Pull back. Pull back. Actually, don't pull back. But it is gonna break, and I can catch it before the break. It broke. All right, it's in 142 now. It's gone. Fuck. I missed my opportunity. I missed my opportunity. I'm gonna wait for the next pullback. It's not like I'm not in there. I'm still in there. But like I said, I want to make at least 1,000 off of this. So I'm gonna need more money invested. Um, Maybe I should be a little more aggressive. Lower date, higher delta. All right, so we got some pulling back happening. Um, no, I'm gonna stick with my initial instinct and go a little further out. 10 days further out. Might even hit the go in the money within like 155. It's very likely to go in the money. 157.50 this is. All right, so we should have some sort of pullback here similar to this previous one. But make no mistake about it, this is the way Roku operates. I wish I had a pen to draw on screen. Strong bust out the gate, and then kind of a lower, steadier uprise throughout the rest of the day. Um, I've been somewhat ignoring. Um, Ooh, these prices are dropping. If it breaks 40, wow, yeah, it really broke 142. But it's gonna pop right back up, so don't let that fool you. Um, all right, I was able to get buy the same one here. Should be at the same price. 10 days out buys me some theta time. Not much, but like we said, this I'm not planning on holding this very long. No more than a couple days. So 155 is definitely a potential in the money. I was able to get it for 235. It's already at 278. So that's doesn't make any sense. I must be looking at the wrong thing. Yeah, because I'm only up. Oh, I must have bought the 157th. Yeah, I did. All right. Regardless, just grab two of those. actually, I was only supposed to buy one of those, right? We want to keep it under 1,000 with Roku. So this is trade price. That's about 500. All right, whatever. 1,500. You change the rules as you make them, right? Market. I'm not paying attention to that. How's she doing? Yeah, Tony had an awesome pick, AXSM, and it was shot down to 43, and I don't know why I said no 41. I didn't even see the range. I didn't look it up or anything. Actually, I did. I did look it up. Uh, and the top of the range technically is 39.99. So it shot down to 43. I'm thinking it's got to shoot down to the bottom of the range at least, right? 39.99 or at least 41. I'd be willing to settle, but let me show you. You can't see. Uh, yeah. Um, yeah. So basically, that was just the error in judgment. I also didn't even do a pre-market scan today. Um, I'm going to make $1,000 in both accounts today. Let's do it, right? Oh, how the hell is that possible? The market's boosting or something? I'm very confused. I am down on my spread, but I don't, for the likes of me, I don't understand how. Markets are gonna go down. Roku acts as a defensive stock sometimes. It's a place where it's kind of like it's a FOMO thing that just happens with Roku. The market will go down, Roku will go up. When everything's going down and one thing's going up, psychologically, people are going to be drawn to that stock. Even artificial intelligence would be drawn to it. There we go. The price is fixing itself. It has this straddle that is. I don't keep much money in my margin account. I like to trade in my cash account, which is the other one. But I play around and I got a straddle going, but the left leg is taking way too much weight off the right leg, and I thought I distanced it properly. What it comes to is what your delta adds up to ultimately. It doesn't matter what you buy. It's bottom line, whatever your delta is, whatever the underlying moves is what you'll make. Um, but okay, so this is very typical Roku. It is not uncommon for Roku to dump at this point. It's losing, look, volume. It's losing momentum. Uh, let's take a look at where we are with Roku. So when it comes to Roku, that account, right? No, that account. We're up around 400. It's a safe space to sell right now, um, but not exactly the profits I wanted. I think this is going to get a one little kick to it. 142, I don't see it at. I see it going to 143, and we didn't get there yet. So there we go. Now it's starting to move. Simply, all I'm looking at is ranges, guys. Ranges and pivot points. All right, so we got a little double top situation going on here. This is a very, very dangerous situation if you're long. Double top, for everybody who knows, break through it. It's a strong double top, means we have powerful, powerful resistance there. Um, and if it doesn't break through, it typically means the end of the trend. And it doesn't look like it's going to break through, and now we're seeing a lot of red activity. What happens is other traders, it's like a self-fulfilling prophecy. Other traders see it, they get scared, they start selling. Other traders see it, they get scared, and they start selling. You know what I mean? It's come on, man. Don't boost me out. Don't boost me out. Come on. 42.16, 142.21, 142.60, 42.70, 42. Come on. We're going to break this double top here. Ah, you son of a bee. That could be it. You got the three pullbacks, which is normal on a rally. So three pullbacks on a rally, very normal, and then you get the reversal. My thing is, ooh, AXM is coming down hard. A lot of selling off going on. Okay, there we go. 140. Let's break this line here, baby. Let's break this line. It's not even at the whole. See, it's not even at the whole dollar mark. Like if it was at 143, that's a very strong double top. It's at some mid number like 142.86. So there is potential it could break it, but then after that, we're looking at a sort of flattening out of this stock. That being said, profit taking might be not a terrible idea right now. Come on, come on, come on. And it also looks like an ascending triangle the more I look at it, which leads to another breakout. See, you got the bing, the bing, the bing. Let's see if that's what it is. If this is an ascending triangle, we're going to have another massive breakout, which would be beautiful, beautiful. And you do not want to sell before a breakout. That's like the worst feeling. Come on, come on, come on. I know people want in this. They can see that formation. Come on. Come on. Market's boosting, even though we said this was, did the inverse of the market. Eh, come on. Come on. 139.99. I can't really manage just by looking at a chart. I got to see level twos. Okay. Oh, we got high numbers on the level twos here. A big. Ooh. It's going to be tough to break. 142.50. Okay. All right. Looks like that was all gobbled up. Come on, 142.50 breakthrough. Breakthrough. We broke. We broke. All right, so now we should take off. Now we should take off. Now we should take off. There we go. Now we should take off. Go ahead, take off. You suck. Um, Come on, 143 you go. 143 you go. 147.22. Come on, man. Broke new highs. You broke out. The volume was not that spectacular. Momentum is definitely slowing down. But we do have white on the TTM. I grew up with the TTM. So I have a strong opinion of the TTM. If the TTM is white and all other indicators tell me to sell, I will hang on to that B um until that line turns blue. It's still white. So essentially you could do the TTM with your eyes. But it's just better to see. I think I think it's time. Come on, we just hit 143. I know I saw it tap 143. 77. We got 86, 95, 90, 90, 95. Very low bids though. Come on. There we go. There we go. There we go. Breakthrough, baby. Breakthrough, baby. We're at 143, which is kind of the maximum I expected to get to today. 143.40. I'm going to take some profit if I can. Once it lost that momentum, I screwed up. I should have had my order ready. There we go. All right. I sold one Roku option here, but I still have one left. The last Gigante is right here. And this is that slow bow. So I aimed for 1,000 and I used less than 1,000 to make this. So I made close to, let's call it, that'll probably be 500 by the end of the day, if not more. And I have additional capital to buy more, but I don't want to buy Roku at this level. I'd rather just hold the ones I have. Um, buy at 143. There's no need to. It's because every dollar that this goes up, what I will do is I will increase, I will buy one more of those. So I will buy one more of these 157. That's so far out. What's the delta? 25. It'll bring my delta up to 50. I don't know. I don't know. Oh, how's the market doing? Oh yeah, let's take some profits here in the artificial account. Actually, I shouldn't have sold both of them. That was stupid. But I still have some exposure, right? We got this one. Oh, it's heading down. All right, so maybe we got out at the perfect time. We got a TTM trend arrow. Now we're back in 142. Hit it at the top. Got out. Perfect spot. All right. Yesterday, man, we got out at the perfect spot. What was that? Oh, I didn't go live yesterday. Damn it. Yeah, sometimes I have issues. If ever I'm not live, it might be like, issues. I don't know. Whatever that means. Personal life, other dealings. Sometimes I go into a firm, right up here, right up the way. And because I'm working with them right now. You guys know. Well, if you've known me for a while, you know I'm working on getting that Series 766. I got the SIE, but I got to get the 7 and the 66. Now, you can get the 63, and that's like plenty for your stockbroker's license, but like the 66, is like this. Yeah, they have a 63, a 64, a 65, and you could take one depending on what your job is. But the 66 encompasses all of them, which basically means a crap ton load of more of studying. All right, let's see what's going on with the market. Take a break from Roku. No, no. Listen, man, base hits, base hits. That's what it's all about, base hits. I pushed that one to the limit, though. I tell you that. But Roku's going to go up to like 150 probably today. So, but that's why I'm keeping capital ready on the side. I'm like slightly invested, not to the point where I'm over my head, not to the point where if like even if I lost the entire value of that, uh, which is impossible, by the way, but if I lost the entire value of the current option I'm holding on Roku, I would still be a victor on the day. Market looks like it's doing crappy, so that's good. It's so cynical when you say that. Market's doing crappy, so that's good for me. Sucks for your pension fund. Screwed up though. That's the reality of things. That's the why Wall Street is so corrupt. It's not corrupt. It's corrupt. But like men. Let's talk about men, all right? Men here for a minute. Men, they go to work. Oh, you know what? Man, I busted it. Anyway, men, they go to work, they get in the union, they get their, they got their pension fund, they got ba 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 ba. Some company, which is not a fiduciary usually, makes a major deal with these companies and blah blah blah, and then they own all your pensions, pretty much, and they over leverage them, and the market goes kaput, and now everything you work for, your pension fund, is garbage. It's worth peanuts. You can't live off of that. And behind it is some schmuck collecting all your money because when the market goes down, that money goes somewhere. Technically not true. If you look into like the real, um, what's the word, analytics of the way the market system works, technically, because the market goes down doesn't necessarily mean that money went somewhere. It could just be market makers are making an adjustment, um, especially with valuations, can just make a stock go up. Whether you ever see a stock go up, no volume, or stock go down, no volume, on news or something? Valuation. Looks like we got out of Roku pretty much the right time. The next hardest part for it to pass is going to be this 144.80 line. I think I was trying to put it on the 145 line. But market, how you doing? All right, so this is the tick. Now, the tick is very, very important. And a lot of people don't utilize the tick in their trading. Now, this is a tool that was I actually read about it in a book, but let me not take credit away. A student is like, hey, put in dollar sign tick. And I'm like, what's this? He's like, it's the tick. I was like, oh, the tick. That's right. So the tick essentially, when it's at zero, it's telling you, okay, no, 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 no. Let's say the tick is at 500. That means within that minute, there was 500 ticks that way. Okay, and a tick essentially is the movement of a stock, I believe 1 basis point, or not 1 basis point, no, 1 cent, one tick. Yeah. So this calculates all the ticks, I believe, on the New York, yes, on the New York Stock Exchange, and and basically gives you the balance. So if the majority of stocks are ticking down, the tick will, you know, go down. And once it passes 1,000, there's a rule of thumb for once the tick passes 1,000. But the bottom line is this: when the tick is at zero, it's neutral. When it's above zero, like let's say 100, that means the market's kind of going up. There's more upticks than downticks. And when the market's going down, there's more downticks than upticks. And if you're at 1,000, you're really low, and it's considered it's got a name for that level when it's that low. Or if you're up 1,000, same thing. So this is ticking at about 500 right now, which means the market should be relatively bearish. But you see how we just had this big pop up. Yeah, look at the VIX right there. I could just Investopedia this and then be able to tell you more perfect per 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 what the hell am I trying to say? More professionally. Um the tick. The tick. I'm gonna get that freaking movie, I know it. The tick. The tick. Uh NYSE. Okay. Tick index. Definition of a tick index. Tick index compares the number of stocks that are rising to the number of ones that are falling on the New York Stock Exchange. The index measures stocks making an uptick and subtracts stocks making a downtick. For example, there are roughly 2,800 stocks listed in the NYSE. If 1,800 stocks have made an uptick and 1,000 have made a downtick, the tick index would equal 800. God, was that easy. Yeah, this is super popular. I love using it, especially when I'm trading the market. Like, when I say trading the market, we're trading UVXY. That's trading the market. But right now, I really want to offload this, but it's not letting me buy. Oh, there's some sort of maintenance call. I want to get rid of this stupid protection I bought. Maybe I can counter it. No, can't counter it. Yeah, just confirm and buy. Won't let me do it. You son of a b. Why is it even down? I need to look. I don't pay attention to any of like my stuff. Like I never look at my debit cards, credit cards, and I never look at that stuff. I just there's charges. I'm probably getting charged for millions of things I don't know about. Websites I opened up and then they freaking we decided to use a different one. Just I never shut that down. Netflix, YouTube, Hulu, all that crap. But I shouldn't be negative 123 in the account. That doesn't add up. Need to look into that. Oh, okay. Okay, I got you. I'm not negative technically 123. I have a position here. 490 and I'm selling at 182, it's still positive. Yeah, I'm still positive. You know what? I'm just gonna let that run. I'm not gonna touch it. I was thinking of putting more money in to fix the maintenance call, but if you look at it the way it's positioned, I don't understand. There must have been a charge that went through. The account didn't have anything in it. It had like $500 in it, and now it says I'm negative 123.43. I don't know how that could even be. I don't use this like account with my like card ever. So, huh? I don't understand. Well, I can take money from the other account because I have plenty of capital here and move it over there. But I don't know if that's such a smart thing to do right now. I'm trying to figure out. See, there's no way for me to sell this unless I sell it in a pair. That's the only way. I can't buy this back because I don't have the funds, which is crazy. But because sometimes you'll end up in that mess if you bought an option, then sold it, like, as if to short it, and then bought it again. You'll end up in this position where it won't let you sell, but that's clearly not the scenario here. Um, this ANF, I don't know why I'm still holding on to this. ANF was actually, what did I do with this one? I bought puts. I bought two puts and some protection. And on an earnings call. Oh yeah, we had earnings recently, right, with ANF. In the last 10 days. So. And the earnings sucked. They were a miss, and it did dump, but just not enough. Yeah, that was just like, but I didn't put a lot into this. The trade price was $7, $8, $20. I was like, I don't care, But it's messing with my. I don't know how it's down 18 today. It doesn't. I didn't even. I thought it was completely. Hmm. Anyway, did the market just burst? It had to have. Roku, oof, it's at 144 now. It's definitely going to break that 145 for sure. Yeah, the market just upticked, starting to uptrend. But people are in this market that just seems to be soaring. That's the freaking problem. When a market's, and this is was the commonality, like when you had the great market crashes, what would happen This is a common, like, we're in a situation right before a market crash, I'm telling you. I mean, VIX is up to 18. Tick is up. This is coming right back down. Should. It should. Um, but hey, let Roku run. I'm invested in it. I also have. Oh, you know what's cool, guys? You can get Cash App. I don't know if you know what Cash App is. I was at the barber one time, and the barber, I didn't have anything but card, and they're like, "Oh, we don't have it. Go to the ATM next door." And I was like, "Okay." Next door was closed, and the guy's like, "Oh, just download Cash App." So I downloaded Cash App. I'm telling you, this thing is sick now. Sick. Like, you can easily make transactions with friends or even business transactions. Like, I can accept Cash App for subscriptions or whatever the heck it is I do, and and uh, but but why can't I find it? I put all the money in stock because I put money in there. I had a few people send me money in there. I was like, what do I need it in this Cash App for? And but they just now made it so you could buy stocks, commission free, of course. Uh, like, um, yeah, like I don't have any money in here. But what happens is you see there, oh, there's no account numbers, right? You got cash, you got Bitcoin, you got my bank, and then you got stocks. Or, oh no, actually, there's a little squiggly line at the bottom. It's stocks. And to add money to your Cash App, you just send it to your card. So this is my portfolio today is up 3%. You know, it's only $40 in there. Like I said, I just got a couple of payments on here. Um, but it's up 3%. But what's cool is you don't have to buy the whole stock. I own shares of Amazon. Let's see. Um, where's my portfolio? All right, so the majority of my portfolio is Roku, and then underneath that is Apple. I have some S&P 500. S&P 500. Hold on. I got, yeah, that's my portfolio, and that's not too far off from what my actual portfolio looks like. Um, yeah, Roku, Apple, S&P, the SBY, Kronos. I got a my friend of a friend is actually a part of that company. So even though it's doing crap right now, and Tesla, TD Ameritrade, I got Nvidia, and that's it. And then here's like a list of stocks to choose from. Now you could buy pretty much anything, but if you think you're gonna get ABDDC penny stock, they're not gonna have it. And you can buy it, like as you've seen, those were all stocks over $200, and you know you could just buy whatever you want of it. You could buy it in chunk. It's kind of like what do they call that? Bonds, but you don't got to buy the whole bond. What are those called? Bonds. You can like buy pieces of the bond stripes, I think it's called. God damn it. I'm on another Google run. Stripes bonds. No. Strip bonds. A strip bond is where both the principal and the regular coupon payments which have been removed are sold separately. A strip is also known as a zero coupon bond. So yeah, the principal and the regular coupon payments are sold separately. So they basically sell off the payments. Um, Treasury strips. Yeah. Separate trading of registered interest and principal of securities. Strips. This is all stuff you have to learn for your Series 7. Sorry I'm boring the hell out of you guys with it. But Cash App, very cool. And I think I get a thing for like being a yeah, go Cash App. Right? I'm supposed to get like a I'm sure they do. Sign three friends up and we'll give you $5. Like yeah. Uber's the worst with that. Uber Eats. I order it all the time because I'm lazy. Um, I'm lazy. I don't like the land. It's pretty bad because I live right there. I am not a rock's throw. I'm literally like I could sneeze on it, and sometimes I'm so lazy I just don't even want to go. Listen, I didn't become a day trader to work hard. I took the risk for a certain reason. Roku's still rising, and it bothers me that I don't have my big guns in there, and it's never too late to add. I mean, this should go up 10% today. I would not be surprised. But if this is going up 10%, that means this has got to go up. It's already up 5%, so it's 145. It's got to go up another $7.50. And 7.50 bucks. Let me see. Some. Okay. See, that becomes an issue. People get all, I want what I want and I want it now kind of thing. And they don't stick around till the end. I would say at this point, it does not hurt, could not hurt to add a little bit to this Roku Delta here, which hasn't been growing much. You got to look at the gamma. The gamma will tell you how much your delta will grow. But don't forget your gamma also grows every time your delta goes in. So it's like there's no gamma for your gamma, but there should be. And if you understood that, you understand options. I'm sorry, I've been missing your things here. Higgins, how'd you do today? If you're still on. Good. Fucking love Roku. I really do. No, no problem, man. I'm thinking about. I really think this could go to 10%. 7% is also reasonable. You know. This bad boy I'm holding on to. Um, Bought it for 235, and it's a 157. I'll be happy to sell this for how much is the 157 weekly going for now? Roku. So that's let's say it happens this week. If it were to happen this week, that's 157. I'm about one, two, three, four, five. Oh no, wait, that's okay. So it's 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That gives you an estimate of what you can make. Now, you of course want to take into account, you know, um, wow, brain fart, time decay and stuff like that. But no, that when that's at the money, I'm sorry. When 147, that's money. It's going for about 756. I'm sorry, you'd make about half of that minus the time decay. And wow, I just had a big like brain fart moment. All right, I don't really see anything else. Maybe a second investment in Roku. I do not think it's overextended from the hit it took yesterday. It's got nice support on that 145 line, man. Looks like a rock. I wouldn't hate myself. Let's see. Let's see if it can drop anymore. Well, let's find the base support of this thing first and make sure it's not. Okay, it's right on the base support. So extend to the right. So if it breaks through this line, I don't want nothing to do with it. But I can't see it not breaking through this line right now. Based on timing, volume, and just my familiarity with this stock. I see it breaking its support right now. If I'm wrong, well, let me get my guns holstered. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause it's either got to bounce now or it won't. All right, it bounced, but can it do that again? It's got to eventually break that line. Just an unusual place to buy. So awfully close to the top. It's got to break that line and pull back a little bit to buy here. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Come on. Let me see a little fall, a little sell off here. Break the resistance. Now, our true support should be parallel with this one. Sometimes stocks have parallel supports. They trade in and out of a channel, but they typically stay consistent. There's channels within channels. So, what I'm saying is, this is pretty parallel to this. They actually have a line, so you could do a perfect parallel, but just going off of estimation, I would like to see a pullback. By the time we get there, it would be 144 flat. 144 flat, and then that's a good entry. Well, if it were to drop now, 143 would be a great entry. But it's not. It's not gonna drop now. It's gonna. I mean, it's riding that support very hard. All right, that's it. It's over. It should dump a little bit, but I don't think it's like gonna start going down now. It just broke its channel. So now it's got to create a new channel, find the new support to the upside. And once it does that, that's a good reentry. This is a patience man game. Patience, a patient man's game. All that, to me, honestly, like I don't like when like stocks when they burst in the morning and they're going all crazy. I don't like that. Stress. Stress. I don't need the stress. I like the slow movers. Not too slow. Like I want to get out of here by like I say 11 o'clock, but it looks like it's trying to break back above its horizontal resistance. Very interesting move. If it were to do that, that'd be interesting. I do have it drawn correctly. I think. Maybe not. Maybe I have it drawn off. Let me remove that line. We don't need all this. Oh yeah, we do need this. This is my actual. Let me put my actual over here. Dow Jones is down 400 points. Why is my SPY options not moving? Nice clean chart. This one doesn't have a million lines on it. Hmm. Possible entry point right here. Possible entry point right here. Okay. No, it definitely broke through some sort of support line. This is like shaky ground. I don't know if I'd want to buy it here. Unless I'm just simply misdrawing. But I'm looking at what everybody else is looking at. Volume staying pretty much the same. Let me take a look at something real quick. Let's look at the most advanced stocks of the day here. Hmm. Yeah. Um, Cure still pretty good. I was kind of low on Cure. Oh, looks like ASM fell out. So you had a nice quick. Oh my God, what a miss there. But good call, Tony. That was Tony Hedges' call. I didn't have any calls this morning except for Roku. There you go. See, now it's starting to drop in that channel. Once it hits that point of that other part of the channel, trust me, I know this stock. And I will get the perfect repurchase opportunity. How's my theta 28 on this? Oh, that's such a ridiculous theta. That's like ridiculous. You can't. 10 days out, you can't swing. You have to sell it the same day. Let me see. I'll show you. You just can't swing. It's telling me if I hold this overnight, it's going to take 28.85. Pretty much $30 out of. Now, look at the move that Roku made and the gains it's accumulated. So you're literally taking a third of my gains just for one overnight. I say screw that for one. I should have bought a little further out. I don't think I'm gonna hold that one overnight. That'll be my sell later on today when it hits 157. But I'm pretty much done here. I'm just gonna continue to watch Roku, take a second entry, and wait for my exit on the market, which will probably close down 800 points because Trump is can't shut his mouth, but he's trying to fix it right now. That's why he went live again. He was live. He said something about trade, and then, damn it, I don't know. I think 145 is a risky entry, and now it took off. We know it's resistance. Its resistance is 145.65. Wow, quite a fall. I'm gonna give it more time. I feel um, anxious to buy it, and whenever you feel that way, it usually doesn't turn out good. It's usually you screwed up and you bought it at peak. So I'm sit back for now. Watch the president destroy the country. America, yeah. Cure on the move. Yeah, it is. How much was that? 1 point. I don't like the market. Just broke over the intraday highs. Roku. You look so tempting, but not yet.
We have built something in the last 3 years that we're up $21 trillion, and China's down about $32 trillion. And as you know, for years I've been hearing that it was 2019. In 2019, China's going to become the largest economy. Well, that didn't happen. We're much larger than China now because we've gone up and they've gone down, and they've had their worst year in 56 or 57 years now. By far, they've had the worst year that they've had that they know of. And we don't want that, frankly. But what they were doing was wrong.
Mr. President,
I think they're going to stop it, and they want to make it
What
go
I
very
say.
bad.
It'd be a better
would you
opportunity.
Commit, if there's a country that's delinquent, as you put it, in paying for their defense spending, would you commit as President of the United States to defend them if they were attacked?
Well, I'm going to be discussing that today. And it's a very interesting question, isn't it? And, it also depends
Bottom of
on
the
what
channel.
your definition of delinquent is. For instance, if you have a country that's paying only 1%, and you have some that are paying less than 1%, and they shouldn't be. You have some that are paying less than 1%, and they're wealthy countries on top of everything. Now we go to a new year, and they don't pay. And now we go to yet another year, and they don't pay. Well, now I ask you, do they have to pay for the back years? Okay? Now, so why is it that they owe us for this year, but every time a new year comes out, they don't have to pay? It's wrong. It's not right. So, I mean, I could say that you could go back 25 years. I won't do that with Canada, of course. But you could go back, right from the beginning.
Okay, Roku falling hard.
Short of
buying opportunity here.
It's 2% now. 2% is very low.
Buying opportunity.
It should be 4%. 2% is very low. But you have some that are well short of that.
What?
But they were short of it last year, the year before, the year before, the year before, right? So they're short all these years. Well, in theory, you don't just say, that's okay, you don't have to ever pay. I mean, they really owe all that money from the past. That's the way I look at it.
I jumped
Germany,
on that.
As an example, is paying 1%, and they're supposed to be
I
paying
jumped
2%.
on that
You're
fall
talking
right
about
there.
billions of dollars. Well, that means that last year, the year before, all of those years, they would owe us money.
Let's see if it pays off.
You're talking about trillions of dollars. Nobody's ever brought that up. They just keep talking about the present. So if they're short 1 year, and then you go into the new year, they never talk about the year that they didn't pay. But they actually, in theory, owe us that money. It's not fair. It's not fair.
Mr. President, as regards China, when you met the Prime Minister in June, you talked about trying to help with the 2 prisoners that are Canadians that are in China.
Yeah.
Have you made any?
Well, I have, and I think we've made progress. And I had mentioned that to President Xi, as you know, because it was a big subject at the time. And I just hope they're being treated well. But I put in a very, very strong word for those two prisoners. Now, I
there's still
haven't
more to
spoken
do.
to him recently, to be honest with you.
That is the president with Trudeau, another bilateral at the NATO summit, covering again a wide range of topics: 5G, climate change, USMCA, but any further news about a China trade deal, David's kind of been the hole of the donut this morning, and that's why the Dow has been unable to rally.
Yeah, I mean, we certainly put many of those same questions to Secretary of Commerce Wilbur Ross when he joined us a few moments ago. I can't say that I got anything that I would think was positive, although the market did come off the lows, broadly speaking, since the earlier moments in the session. Well, actually, yeah, we're kind of back towards them right now.
Yeah, close to session lows here. I think one headline out of Ross that kind of didn't help was that there are no high-level talks scheduled, he said,
Yes.
between now and the 15th.
Just staff conversations. He did indicate that there could be progress over the next 12 days prior to the December 15th tariffs going into place that could forestall those tariffs, but he certainly did not make it clear, as seemed to be the expectation only a couple of days ago, that they would not go into place.
And of course, mentioning all of the various hurdles that it would, that are in place between now and December 15th. But, as we mentioned, Secretary of Commerce Wilbur Ross joining us earlier and saying the president's objectives is to get the right deal done regardless of timing.
The president's objective always has been to get the right deal, independently of when or anything else like that. So his objectives haven't changed. And if we don't have a deal, he's perfectly happy to continue with the tariffs as he had. So he feels we're in a pretty good position one way or the other.
The when, of course, is looking ahead to the 2020 election and how the U.S. is positioned from a leverage standpoint relative to the Chinese, just given the fact that they are.
I got to look at the
potentially
moving average
pull
envelopes.
The election over the U.S. as those negotiations proceed. So joining us now is the author of The Fifth Risk, which is out today in paperback. Michael Lewis, thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
So how do you make sense of
I'm
some of this news
hoping
this
this is some
morning
sort of
about,
bottom.
These trade talks and how
I'm
they're
so glad I don't have to do it.
And not
I'm
the
so glad I don't
continuation
have
of a
your job,
downtrend.
because, I mean, I just watched
If it
what's
is,
happened
I'm
to your
selling
job
everything
in the
now.
last 3 years. It's constant response.
And I've made enough to
It's
wait
tweets
and watch
It's like the
to
president has
see.
taken upon himself to just make the market go up and down for fun. And I mean, I have no idea if any of what just got said is meaningful or meaningless. I don't know. And I certainly wouldn't be trying to trade on it in any way. So I view it almost as spectacle rather than information.
Although if you were still at a desk,
I'd be
you would have to trade on it.
You'd have no choice.
153.
Right? You'd have no choice. You'd have to. I guess
This should go
I mean, what
right
you'd
to
want,
156.
Ideally, is what you'd want to do is I'd have a team of people trying to predict see the patterns in Trump's tweets and figure out what days he wakes up and says, oh, we're going to have deals, and what days he wakes up and says, oh, we're going to have tariffs. Because that's, I mean, it's the simplest trade in the market.
Yeah.
But in truth, I'm not paying a great deal of attention to this. And I'm sorry, but it's not.
Something you did pay attention to. I read your book some time ago, actually.
Last year.
When it came out in hardcover, and you spent a lot of time there talking about things we don't really talk about, and in fact don't talk about with the commerce sector, even though you spent time focusing on that department, focusing on the Department of Energy, and sort of questioning whether we're being well served by the leadership there and what's sort of getting lost in the, well, now it's been years since the handoff.
Well, so the handoff, the beginning of the book was that they didn't have a transition, that they had all these people waiting to explain what happened in the Department of Commerce to the Secretary of Commerce, and he didn't particularly have any interest in it, in hearing about it. And so I used that as a jumping off point to sort of go figure out myself what was going on inside the Department of Commerce. And the things, in the end, what really interested me about the story and why it became a book was I found that when you kind of go into the government and you actually kind of start knocking on doors and seeing what people are doing behind them, unbelievably interesting. And it's just a different sort of person. This sort of person who's watching this show. They're not money people, and they aren't attention people. They're like mission people who've got some project.
And one of the things you looked at in the book was this idea of staffing and kind of the managerial concept of the presidency and how things have,
Well, this is it's an interesting thing about our country that distinguishes it from every other democracy, and that there is not
Parabolic
a civil service that's running things from the
SAR.
top down. There's actually a very shallow state rather than a deep state. Because the president comes in and has the right to appoint 4,000 people who will run the operation. So it's like the one place it's funny that we have this notion of the deep state, whereas they don't have it in France or in England or wherever, but because our state is in many ways the shallowest. It's the one that requires the most guidance from the executive. And so that when the president comes in and actually exhibits just total indifference to running the government, it's more of a problem than it would be in the United Kingdom or in France, where they have a deep state that will take care of things.
I'm thinking of you played basketball with Obama. You spent a lot of time in the White House under that term.
When I wrote a piece,
yes.
I wrote a piece about it.
Yes, yeah. In Vanity Fair. Have you seen a piece that describes this White House that helps you understand it? Would you be interested in writing that piece?
If Donald Trump would invite me in the way Barack Obama invited me in to spend some time with him, I would love to write that piece. I think it's unlikely, but you never know. But you need to be there. You know, it's funny. His presidency is so different. You need to be there at different times. Like with Obama, you want to be there when you might imagine you want to be there. There were a lot of official moments. With Trump, you'd want to be there in the morning when he got up and picked up his phone, right? Or when he went to bed at night watching television, or when he calls into Fox News. The nature of his presidency is so different. You sort of want a different kind of access. I don't know if he wants me in his bedroom.
I'd love to ask you sort of a broader question here in terms of you've been obviously very successful at creating a brand around yourself, writing a lot of books to support it. Now you've moved significantly into podcasting. It comes up a lot actually in the work we do. Spotify, large public company, podcasting. Pandora, part of Sirius, investing in podcasting. What has been your experience there? Is this something you think really does have legs in terms of its connection with the consumer?
think so.
I kind of got into it just because I had a really good friend named Jacob Weisberg who started a company.
Podcasting is amazing.
Imagine
I'm sure there are traders that do exactly what I do, simply from a podcast. No visual demonstration. Solely talking, education, stocks. Maybe there's another guy, they bid about it. You know?
Because the level of attention you're getting and the relationship with the audience is very intimate. So I think that actually it isn't a fad. I think that it goes very well with how people now spend their attention. They divide it. So
exactly.
You can listen to a podcast
He's very right.
and drive to work, or listen to a podcast
or even
and
work.
Do your work. There's not much else like that out there, and it's a fun medium. So I do think I don't actually think. I mean, there are people who think it's kind of peak podcast when one of these podcast companies goes for a couple $100 million bucks. I don't actually believe that. I think that they're going to be. They have the potential to be really important.
Freaking knew it.
Even though curation is so difficult, right? I mean, not everybody has a Michael Lewis brand and can float to the top.
You keep calling me a brand. I think of myself as just like a writer floating out there in the wilderness. But it's I'm deadly serious.
It's been a quarter century now.
But I don't think of it as I just don't think of it that way.
Well, that's how we think of things.
You think
yeah.
So
you may not have recognized you were developing
I got something
but
I could destroy. I could destroy my brand.
No, don't do that.
I won't do that. But I think, how do I think it? I think it, for me, it's just another way to tell a story. And there are different kinds of stories that work really well there that wouldn't work so well in print. So for me, it's just additive. It's fantastic.
But you can make money at it too, right?
You can make money at it. Yeah, and I think that you will be able to make much more money at it as the advertisers sort of work out what's going on.
And you can get inspired for potential print pieces later on.
That's true. You know, you've seen the boom in quality. There's a reason. Talent is moving to it, and there's a reason for that. They smell an audience.
As we're talking, the president circling back to the president, made a comment about the Dow drop today a few moments ago. Take a listen to this.
The China trade deal extending past.
That's okay. Well, it's up. Let me tell you, we took it up. It was about at 16,000 or 15,000, and now it's almost at 30,000. It's going to be at 30,000. No, I have to tell you, if it's not going to be a good deal, I'm not signing a deal. It's peanuts compared to what we have picked up. Record numbers in our stock markets, so that's okay. I mean, that's the way I feel. I
Come on, you gotta go up here.
I'm not going to
if
make
it doesn't,
a deal that's not going to be great.
I gotta sell.
And it can't be an even deal. If it's an even deal, it's no good because China, other presidents and leaders of our country have really let us down because they let China get away with something that should have never been allowed to happen. Billions and billions of dollars a year were lost in dealing with China. by foolish people, or by people that didn't care, or by people that didn't know how. We rebuilt China, and I give China great credit. And I don't even blame China, because our people should have done what they did. But what they've done is we've lost 150 billion, then 200 billion, then 400 billion to China. They rebuilt China with the money that they took out of the United States. And that's where they were, and that's where it is. And now we're taking in billions of dollars in tariffs. And by the way, they're eating it. You know, remember you used to tell me how it'll cost us. They're eating that money because they don't want to lose their supply chains. And I don't want them to lose their supply chains. But if it happens, and that's where it is. They want to make a deal. But I like the deal that we have, and the deal that we have could get even better, and I could do it all by myself. So we'll see what happens. We're at a critical stage. They've called us today, and they've called us yesterday. We're having ongoing discussions.
Cup and handle, maybe?
And we'll see what happens.
Give it
but
to
if
me.
the stock market goes up or down, I don't watch the stock market. I watch jobs. Jobs are what I watch.
I watch jobs. He doesn't watch the stock market. He's such a liar.
States by China for
He had a stock listed. DJT, Donald J. Trump. That was the ticker.
Ever since the founding or the
He put himself on the stock exchange. Him, his brand, you know, whatever it was. Real estate, I guess you would consider it back then.
That is the president with a pretty nice crystallization of his view of how China built their economy on stolen IP, and now it's time to pay the piper. Listening to him say, I don't watch the stock market, seems a little fanciful.
Yes.
He tends to be a little firmer on his trade rhetoric when the market's close to all-time highs.
So, you know, when he frames all these things this way, I keep waiting for the moment when he stands up in some arena.
Yo, the news hates Trump. They just, any chance they can, will bash him. In the beginning, they were a little like, eh.
I think that's where he's headed. I think if he's around if we give him another 4 years, I think that's where it's headed.
You've raised that point before.
I do. It seems a natural conclusion, right? I mean, it would be totally in character, not paying you back.
Threatening not to pay back.
Oh yeah, totally, right?
Treasury.
You remember this conversation, because when he says it in front of one of his crowds, they'll cheer. They'll cheer.
Markets won't.
No, they won't.
Well, it brings up, the mindset of President Trump, where he looks at the stock market at record highs and says, we can afford something like this today because we're doing well.
Right.
Thanks for letting us throw that at you today.
That was fun.
And congratulations on paperback.
Good to see you guys.
Good to see you, Michael Lewis. Good Tuesday morning. Welcome to Squawk Alley. I'm Carl Quintanilla with Morgan Brennan at Post 9 of the New York Stock Exchange. We are in the midst of a sell-off today. As you can see, all the major averages are lower by at least 1%. Dow's down more than 1.5%. Meantime, John Fort's out in Las Vegas at Amazon's reInvent conference. We'll get a lot more from John in a moment, including his exclusive with AWS CEO Andy Jassy in just a moment. Let's start with the markets, though. Dow down 450. We're seeing the sell-off steepen a bit. Stocks down, bonds up amid heightened global trade tensions. The economic data this week, as you know, has not been all that great. The ISM's a little underwhelming yesterday, the fourth month of contraction. Urian Timmer joins us, Fidelity Investments Director of Global Macro, and with us as well, Manish Deshpande, Barclays Global Capital Head of U.S. Equity Research. Morning, guys. Good to see you.
Morning. Hi.
Urian, losing 3,100 has some people thinking to themselves, how much did we really pile on to fundamentals because we thought phase one was going to get signed?
Yeah, I mean, certainly the roller coaster of tariffs and trade, phase one deals or not phase one deals continues. The market did have a nice breakout out of a 21-month-long holding pattern. And at this point, the top of that holding pattern is around 3,000 and change, and we're pretty close to that. So my guess is that we'll retest that ceiling, and that would be, a 4 to 6%
Thank you, guys.